Welcome to She Speaks Success Studio, where we ignite your drive, embrace your journey, and celebrate your milestones on the path to success. I'm your host, Reverend Joy Duo, and I'm excited to embark on this empowering journey with you today. So, joining us today in the studio is Tiffany Harvey. Yes, a dynamic entrepreneur, motivational speaker, accomplished writer, and savvy business owner. She's here to guide you through challenging times and empower you to overcome obstacles. So before I continue, our dearest coach in the house today, I just want you to open up and tell us who you are, how you earned it, how you learned it, and where you are right now, and welcome you to the studio.
Hi, first, Reverend, thank you for having me on your show. I'm so happy to be here. But yes, I am Tiffany Harvey. I currently live in Hanover, Maryland, and I am a speaker. I am a writer. I am a naval officer. I'm a mother, and I'm really a child of God. That really sums me up into one little paragraph. But I am just so excited to be able to share my journey and where I have been and how I have gotten here. From writing and how I've started sharing my testimony, and really how did I get into starting all my businesses through a tragic divorce, COVID, and how I got here today.
Hey you. We'll be so honored to have you on here. And thank you so much. Welcome our audience. And we are so happy to have the coach in the house. And I'm just gonna jump into some real questions that I have. After going through your profile, I realized that many people would love to know today. For me, the first question I'm gonna ask you is, what was your turning point? Like, how did you move from just being a Navy officer to now coaching, many to become great, like how when was that turning point? How did you get here? And will you mind sharing, the road that lead to where you are right now?
Yes. So, when I decided to join the military back after college in '05, it really took for a good friend mom to really plant that seed in me. I had graduated from Florida A&M University. I had my degree in agricultural business and minor in economics, but I couldn't get a job because I didn't have any experience. And that's kind of one thing where you're in college, they don't really tell you if you don't do an internship, you don't get experience, they're not going to hire you. You can't get a job with just based on a degree. So when she planted that seed, said, hey, you could go into any military branch as an officer, I really listened because at the time I was working at Hertz. I was like, I didn't go to school. I didn't spend all this money to now wash cars. So I applied to the Navy. I went into the officer candidate school in Pensacola, Florida. And, it really was a turning point. I prayed to God, like, if this is where I needed to be, open that door. He opened that door. And when I got to, my first naval ship out of Norfolk, Virginia, I was so excited. But when I stepped on board and realized I was one of two females, I was the only Black female. And not within maybe 3 weeks, I had two other male officers, Black male officers, pull me aside and say, you're going to have a hard time on this ship. Prepare yourself, because technically it was an all male ship. So other females will come, but other officer females will come. At the most, maybe like 8 to 10 of us throughout my time on that ship for almost 2.5 years. But the ship, the way it was built, it was so old, you couldn't have female enlisted. The berthing just wasn't set up that way. And they did not lie. It was a very hard time. I was 25 coming in, and I was not mentally prepared for what I had to deal with. I mean, dealing with, one, being no one looks like you in a room, being in a male dominant world, being hit with fraternization, i.e., someone accusing me of having inappropriate affairs with an enlisted person, one of my guys. It was a lot. It was a lot. And once I left the ship, I would just remember praying, like, God, just send me somewhere where I could have my voice again, where I could be Tiffany again, because I was losing myself. I was losing who I was. And so he sent me to, Dallas, Texas, where I started my contracting career. And that was really the blessing of how I got to where I am now, because I was around nothing but civilians. It took me out of the military environment. And I saw like I could do this on a civilian side. So in 2011, I made that transition and moved to Maryland, where because I got a job offer to be a civilian to do contracting, government contracting full time for DCMA. But I stayed on the reserves as an officer, as a naval officer in the reserve community. And that really opened the doors up for me. And to continue to pursue my contracting career on a civilian side, still hold on to my Navy career. And now I'm commander in the U.S. Navy Reserves, and I'm about to retire next year after 20 years. But that prepared me. And I tell people now, the Navy was good for opening my path and getting me on the path where I am today, but I had to know when to walk away, because being on active duty, it was breaking my spirits. It was to the point where I started drinking, and it took an angel to pull me back and say, no, I'm not letting you go down that road. So I had to make a choice with either stay in the Navy full time or choose Tiffany. And I chose me at that time. So that's really how my career got started, from Navy into where I am now.
Wow. Oh my God. Did you guys hear that? I chose me. You can
Yes.
choose yourself today. And that is what She Speaks Success does. We want you to choose you like right now. So my question, I know the audience are waiting. They're like, okay, what do we have for you? And I hear one of them asking you right now, like, how can we transform setbacks into stepping stones for success, especially during challenging times? Oh my God.
Um, it's hard. First, let me say that it is hard when you're going through anything, especially an unexpected challenge or a storm that come into your life. It's hard to be able to turn that into success. But can you? Yes. I went through a very painful divorce in 2020. It was really out of nowhere. I was married for 3 years. We had, beautiful son, beautiful house, beautiful careers, and he walked away. I didn't see it coming. I really didn't. And that broke me. It broke my heart. Like a piece of me broke. And to this day, I'm still going through it. Somebody who left the family still taking me through court. And that was in the middle of COVID. So you got COVID going on. I got a 2-year-old son. I got, all this is going on. And guess what? I have friends. I had family who supported me, and they did not let me fall. I had a foundation in Christ where I knew who to turn to. And like, God, if you just give me the strength to get through this, I promise you, I would do everything I need to do to keep pushing forward. I would not look back. I would not look back. And that's why I said challenging times is hard. But if you have the right one, you know how to lean on God, you could get through everything. And for me, God was the one who opened those doors. And for me to start my business, I turned the hobby into a business, just making cocktails, making drinks for my friends. My friends said, you got a skill, you got a talent. You need to turn that into a business. And so Pick Your Sweet Poison was actually born. That was my first business. It's like my baby, where I show you how to make cocktails and mocktails from the virtual of your home. I do virtual classes, I do in-person classes. That was just my first business. But then a friend of mine who knew my testimony said, hey, I want you to join this project. There's someone putting together a devotional, and I want you to be able to be in this project to share your devotional. I didn't know signing up for that project would now open my writing and speaking career. And my devotional is titled, I'm Built for This.
Mm.
That was the one affirmation throughout this whole time. I still wear my shirt. It still gets me through hard days. So me saying, hey, you got this. So when times gets hard and how you overturn them, one, you have to accept it. And you may have to seek help. I saw two therapists. Two therapists had to get my mind right. They had to get my heart right in order for me to push forward and move on. But then I have friends who I can lean on also say, support me and encourage me, say, you can do this. God opened the door, but they literally planted the seed, like start your business, tell your story. Because now all this has now opened up into three different businesses that in 2020, I would have never thought I would be able to do. So the point of the story is challenging times are always going to happen. The Bible tells us stormy seasons are inevitable. But if you lean on him and lean on the people he put around you, he'll bring you through anything that you want and that you need.
Love it. Oh my God. Love it. As we continue, I hope you guys are picking up what she's putting down because, hey, did you hear how she just navigated all that season? And now she have even bought to three businesses. Ladies, can you hear that? You can do it too. So I have
Mhm.
another question here for you, that says something like this. What practical strategies do you recommend for maintaining resilience and motivation when faced with adversity in business?
Oh my God, yes. So when it faced with resistance, my things I like to now speak on, I have 5 different points I love to speak on. And I actually put those in a book that you could pre-order now. The release date is March the 11th, but it's called Healing But Not Broken.
Wow. So how do
And
people?
I speak on, yes, and I speak on particular points of how to help you overcome any strategy. And one of those is you have to find peace. You have in anything you're doing, you have to find the peace in the middle of that storm or the middle of that challenge. Think of it like a hurricane. If you ever been through any kind of storm or hurricane, you know that the eye of the storm is where the peace is. It's the quiet. That's where you walk in the middle of that storm. You get to the center of that storm, the eye of the storm, where the winds and the rain around you are just howling and going. But if you get to the center, you can be able to think and you'll be able to meditate. You'll be able to know how to handle that storm because you'll be able to listen to God when you talk to him. So the first thing I would say, find the peace. Meditate before you react because the storm could take you out if you let it, but don't let the storm take you out. The other thing I would say, know who you're talking to. I love my friends. I love my family. I love my therapist. But sometimes when you're going through stuff, they can say something really set you off. And so if you just sit down with God, he would, and listen to him, he will give you clear direction on where you need to go. That's the two things I want to say. Again, you always get my book. I have more than one version coming out, but it's a journal, but it's also a workbook. And I ask you questions is how is your heart? And I just ask you, where are you in the middle of your storm to help you work through it? But in regards to being, I think the second part was successful.
Yes, in business.
In business, first thing first, surround yourself with like-minded people. If you want to be an eagle and you want to soar like an eagle, you cannot work with pigeons and chickens in your circle. You have to be able to, you need to surround yourself with like-minded people. Surround yourself with people who are smarter than you. You never want to be the smartest person in your group. And then do your market research. Don't go into business without knowing what you're getting into. I made mistakes. Okay, I'm gonna tell you the first mistake I made, and somebody's gonna say, Tiffany, how did you make that mistake? I picked the name for my business and didn't even check to see if it was available, to see if I could eat. I didn't even check to see if I could get the website for it. But these are small mistakes that when you're starting out, you like, oh, that's so common sense. But it's not common sense when you're starting out because you don't know what you don't know. You don't know what you don't know. So ask questions. Never get in the business where you'll let your pride control you because you're going to fail. You don't know what you don't know. So to be successful in any business, you have to be able to be willing to learn and you have to ask questions. Get a mentor. Get a mentor and let them guide you. And guess what? It may cost you spend a little bit of money. But if your business is worth it, invest in yourself. That is the one thing I've learned through these last year and a half. When I said I want to take speaking seriously, I want to take writing seriously, I had to spend some money. And I'm spending money just like I'm getting another college degree, but I'm planting those seeds to be able to sow into somebody else.
And that is what amazed me, how people want to get to the next level, but they don't really want to connect with people who are going to take them to the next level.
Yeah.
Come on. If
Yes.
you really know what those people know, why are you not in the level they are? So why not connect with them?
Correct.
I love that part. I love it. I love it, like love it. So anyway, as you know, here in She Speaks Success, what we, want to make people know, especially women, is that just like you did do a research for your name, anybody can do this, right? With all your college degree, with all the masters that you have, everything you've done, even before you launch the business, it's still a simple mistake that is very simple. But somebody might like allow that stop them because they just want to figure it all out from the beginning. No, you have to do it to make the mistake. Then you'll be able to say, okay, I made this mistake and I want to help somebody not to make this mistake. This morning I was doing something here with my son and I was getting tired. I was skipping rope, and I said I'm going to skip 100 in a day in that morning hour. And I wanted to get tired, but something tell me, no, Joy, you have to do it anyhow, do it messy, do it. Like you have to do it. If you didn't do it, you wouldn't even know that you of all you would have made that mistake. So
Yes.
anyway, so I have another question for you so that the audience they give me all this question like, okay, I want to know the big ladies coming to the house who is gonna hook me today, unstuck me. Now my question is, in your experience, what mindset shift are crucial for entrepreneurs to weather storms? You just talk about storms right here and emerge strongly on the other side. What mindset shift do they need?
You have to have a strong mindset. Starting your own business is not for the weak. It is not for the weak. It's not for the helpless. It's not for the people who want to make excuses or laziness. You have to have, I like to say for me, I have that Joshua mindset. Joshua was, he was the predecessor to Moses. He had to be strong to lead, the army, even though he was afraid. And that's what I love about him. He was scared, but fear is just a natural emotion. But he still walked through that fear into combat. And that's sometimes how you have to think of business. You're going to be fearful. You're going to be afraid because it's the unknown. You're walking into a new world that you don't know about. But you have to be strong. And to be strong, you have to have a strong mindset to be able to walk in that fear and to conquer that. And you're going to be faced with so many no's when you're starting out. You're going to hear no probably more times than you hear yes. You're going to be like, I didn't make the money I thought I should make. You're going to miscalculate, taxes, but guess what? If you have a strong mindset and you know the path that God has you on, I promise you, your success is going to come at the time where it needs to come. God is never going to take you through any storm or any battle, any challenge without developing you in. So think it as a development. Think of you starting out in business in a storm you're going through. God is developing you for something bigger, better, and stronger that is coming, but he got to get you prepared. He got to get you prepared for it, because if he give you all the riches now, you're not going to be able to handle it. You probably squander it away because you haven't learned the lessons of properly running your business. Your mentality may not be there. So he's building you up, but just know your mentality and who you are is getting stronger along the way to be able to handle that success that is coming your way. Because it is going to come if you stay faithful and dedicated to it. But you definitely have to have a strong mentality in order to run your own business and to get through all the challenges that you're going to face, because you're going to face some, and that's okay.
I love that. I love that. And while you were talking, just this one is like in the spirit right now, it dropped. Like, can you tell us, the three businesses that you have been able to give birth to from, it sound like from 2020 to 2024? That is, to me, that's a milestone. And that's what we are doing here. We're trying to let people know that Coach Tiffany said that 2020, they didn't know she would have not even be one business owner, but now three businesses that under her belt. Oh my God, who does that? I feel that
Yes. So yes, like I said, the first one was Pick Your Sweet Poison, all about bringing women together, family, friends together to experience and learn how to make a good drink, a beautiful drink, a luxury drink from the comfort of your home, regardless if it's a cocktail or a mocktail. That is the first business. And I actually just started with recipe cards on Amazon right now. And then it branched out to doing classes and in person and parties. So I have like this whole now service I provide. But then I went to speaking and writing. I've just released my first book, not with anyone else, my first book last week, and the second part this week, which is for business owners, called Drop Shipping Magic Beginner's Guides. And it's for kids. Now, can adults use it? Yes. But it is for kids. And it's really for me to pour into them and teach them how to start a business in 2024. There's so much information out there for adults, but what about our kids? What about our youth? So I want to teach them and have this, my brand is, I am a young CEO. That's what I'm teaching my son, to be a young CEO. Is that's what I'm teaching kids. And women, guess what? Get the book. It's an illustration, but I promise you, if you want to know how to start a business from home and not use a lot of money, this is what you need to do. Drop shipping, print on demand is where it is. You want to talk about all these Etsy shops, which I have, Shopify, all that I have, how to do digital products. I have. This is where some of this begins. And so I plan to open up a coaching program for our youth and to be able to pour in them and teach them. It seems like everybody's forgot about our youth, and I want to be able to pour in them. And so that's my one book. And I'm speaking on different tours, and I had the privilege of speaking at the All Black National Convention last year, which was an honor for me. And yes, and one more book coming out on March 11th called Healing But Not Broken. Really my testimony again. But again, I want to pour into another woman who may be a little bit broken or needs some tips, but also motivate them to get to where they are now. You could do and start your own business. And my final one, I just actually started last month, beginning of this year. I am the Chief of Acquisitions at the Department of Interior. I do government contracts and procurement, been doing it for 18 years. And it's, again, another way to give back is I'm helping small businesses who want to become federal contractors. I'm providing a consultation service called Tiffany Harvey Investments, where if you want to hire me and need help getting your business started, how to get registered with the government, how to submit on solicitation, how do you manage your contract? If you don't understand what the rules, the terms, agreements, that's what I offer in that particular business. So if you can do it, if I can do it, I assure you, and I'm a single mom. I have a 5-year-old son. I'm a single mom And if I could find the time to do 3 and still be in the military and still run my full-time job and be there for my son, I assure you could do it. You just got to sit down and figure out what is the skill that you have? What's the passion? What's your purpose? And then put it to work.
Oh, oh my God. You really blew my mind today. Oh my gosh. She speaks success community. You guys are picking this. This is so deep, so huge. And that is gonna bring me to the second to the last question, which is Coach Tiffany, what advice would you give to individual feeling overwhelmed by the current economic climate, seeking to persevere and thrive in their ventures?
Don't get discouraged. What goes up must come down. What goes down must go up. Meaning, don't get so focused on what your bank account looked like today. Don't get so focused on what the news is saying about the economy and inflation. Don't get so consumed with the negativity. If you could just focus on the positivity, focus on manifesting what you want and stay focused on that, I promise you, everything you're writing down in that journal, everything you're praying for and manifesting, it will come to pass because you're planting seeds. You're planting seeds of success. God is going to open that door, but you have to do some of the work yourself. So you can't be in worry. You can't be always overthinking. All God needs you to do is do the work, then allow Him to do the work. Your harvest will come. But if you just stay focused on where you want to go and where you're trying to go, let me say this. If you stay focused on the path that God has for you, you're going to get there in a time, in a season that is meant for you. So don't focus on the negativity, but I am very big on affirmations. I wear affirmations on my on my shirts every day. And you go to my website, speakwithtiffany.com. Like I said, the biggest one, I'm built for this. I have affirmations on my sleeves. I have hashtags on my sleeves. Because it's all about, I want to pour into my mind every day and not what the news and what the world is going on, because that's negative. They feed off negativity. I want to feed off positive. And I want to pour in myself what I know what God has for me. And that's one of the things I want to give you all in that journal/workbook is positive affirmations to pour into you daily that you can do it. It doesn't matter what storm comes, there is a positive affirmation in there to tell you, yes, you can. You can overcome it. You're going to get through it. And nothing that the devil throws at you is going to stop you when it's meant for you.
Love it. Love it. Oh my God. Thank you for joining us on this episode of She Speaks Success. Before we go, I just want our coach to tell us how will people that want to hear more from you, want to work with you, want to get to know you better, how will they connect with you? Are you on which platform are you? Do you have any apart from the book that you're writing, do you have any free thing you want us to offer to them? Those that want to, get into your, like your inner circle or something. Just tell us all that.
Well, first you could connect with me. You could go to tlharveyinvestments.com. That is my landing page. You could get to me, on there. You could book a consultation with me, a free consultation with me, one-on-one with me. And that's not just on the investments, but if you want to get into federal contract, you can. But if you want to just speak with me on Speak with Tiffany issues or how to get started with your book or how to get started in government contracting or any business, please go on TL Harvey Investments and just book a free consultation. And, I will give you whatever information I have, I will pour into you. But you can also follow me on Speak with Tiffany or Pick Your Sweet Poison. That's Instagram as well as Facebook. You reach out to me at Tiffany Harvey at speakwithtiffany.com. if someone on your show, I'm gonna take one person, if the first person to email me at Tiffany Harvey at speakwithtiffany.com, I'm going to send you a free book. It's Droid 365. It consists of 365 authors in this devotional. And it's very inspirational, it's very powerful. And I will send the first person to email. And all they got to do is say, I saw you on She Speaks Success. And the first person that emailed me, I'm going to mail you out this devotional to pour into you every single day.
Look, oh my God. The first person you're gonna get, I'm telling you, I'm working through some devotional right now with my children. And if you get a powerful one, there's no better thing you do in your morning. Like some people have to know, but I love morning.
Yes.
Once
And
it
this devotional is absolutely, absolutely amazing. You know what? In my spirit, say, do one more. I'm gonna do one more. One first person get a devotional, but the second person get a t-shirt, say, I'm built for this.
yeah, woo, woo. You get that? Okay. You're rocking this, Coach Tiffany. And it's so nice to have you. Remember, your journey to success is a personal one, but you are never alone. Keep embracing your uniqueness, stay determined, and always believe in yourself. Yes, here at Speak Success, She Speaks Success, we want you to just win in every area. And I really want to officially thank you, our coach in the house today, for everything you poured. Like you poured into me, you poured into all the people that are gonna watch us. So I'm gonna let you know if you find value in today's episode. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with someone who could benefit. Together, we can empower each other to reach new heights. Until next time, I and the coach, we are signing out from here and we're going to sit together. Bye bye to everyone.